I'd be happy to explain about shale profiling. It was back in the summer of 2006 when I was invited to sit on a panel and talk about shale gas. And I had asked a former colleague of mine what he thought of shale gases. It was a relatively new concept. And he just laughed and chuckled and said, flavor of the month. And so that inspired me that I called the name of my talk for the panel was Shale Gas, Real Deal or Flavor of the Month. So it was in a room of about less than 100 attendees when I talked about shale gas, how I said that it was real, what I thought were the 10 key ingredients for resource plays, and what kind of data needed to be examined and looked at, and that I showed them examples using some proprietary data and some public data that I had licensed for different basins across the United States. And at that time, industry thought that the Barnett Shale was new and exciting, and that most of the shale resource plays were going to be limited to Mississippian or Devonian age shales. So the data set that we started with was all the gray and black shales for Mississippian and Devonian age formations in the United States, of which there were over 1,010 of these shales. So I showed him a work in progress about how we were profiling these shales. And I said, imagine, if you will, that your boss comes into your office and he points on the map and he said, that's the Barnett Shale. Now I want you to rank order from top to bottom all the shales in the United States that look like the Barnett to the ones that don't look like the Barnett. And I want to go chase where those are. And we built this prototype, this model, to demonstrate it with 10 key variables with slider bars. And so I created the video and just clicked on the Barnett Shale, and you could see where the formation was, its depth, some of the key characteristics, and then hit the slider bar and showed the cumulative frequency distribution and where all the remaining lookalikes were going to fall. And I think we got down to maybe 20 or 30, and the Appalachian Basin just lit up like a rocket. And then I said, well, now imagine if your boss asked you, I want you to look at oil. And there was a new inkling that there was a formation called the Bakken in the Williston Basin was beginning to produce oil from horizontal wells that had been multi-stage fracked. And so I clicked on a profile of a Bakken oil well to show that the 10 variables were indeed had a different fingerprint or DNA than the shale gas profile did of the Barnett Shale. And that on site then I created an analysis that showed a cumulative frequency and a slider bar and did the Bakken, rank order Bakken from top to bottom, which ones looked like it to which ones didn't. And you could have heard a pin drop in the room when we showed where all these resource plays were going to be in the United States. And I think the rest is history.